Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing? Love the way you look in the mirror and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food. It's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from Create Yourself That Today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School podcast and our lesson number 3 of our Food School pre-New Year marathon, where you're going to learn everything you need to know, the basics about healthy eating, healthy living 101. So to make your 2019 the healthiest, the fittest, the strongest, the leanest year ever. So today, as I promised, we're gonna talk about hydration. Proper hydration, proper drinking ritual or routine that you want to try to practice every single day to feel your best, to perform your best mentally and physically, because even mild dehydration, guys, will affect your mental and physical performance, your energy levels. We are at least 70% water, each of us, and all the processes in our body require some water. So dehydration is a very, very bad condition. But also, guys, straight away, I want to tell you that too much water too fast can also even kill you. There was a case not so long ago when there was a competition who drinks the most water in the shortest period of time. And one woman actually died because she drank too much water too fast. The condition known as hypernatremia. Basically, when you drink too much water and the electrolyte balance is off and your blood is diluted too much, your kidneys do not have enough time to remove all this excess water. And yeah, you can even die from drinking too much water. So hydration, proper hydration, not too much, not too little, is very, very important, guys. Even your immune system works much worse and you can get sick much more often just because you don't drink enough water when you need to drink it. So when you wake up after a long period of not drinking water, you are slightly dehydrated. I'm talking about here when you wake up first thing in the morning, you are already dehydrated. So you need to drink water first thing in the morning. I recommend to drink at least half a liter of water. Just, learn it somehow to drink half a liter of water right when you wake up. I personally drink half a liter when I wake up and half a liter an hour after I wake up to make sure that in the morning I have all the water that my body needs. And guys, if any of you have any problems with regularity, you don't need more fiber, you don't need more of anything. Just drink a liter of water when you wake up and you'll go just fine and really, really regular. So just a quick tip, a quick advice, how magical proper hydration is. Also, guys, you want to remember that you should not be drinking more than 0.08 or 1 liter of water per hour, because again, your kidneys do not have the capacity to eliminate and process more than that amount of water, 0.8 or 1 liter of water in an hour. So you don't want to be drinking too much too fast. So you drink your liter somewhere in that first hour when you wake up. And then I usually recommend people to drink at least 2 liters of water during the day. And usually it's best to drink the most water when you are the most active. So when you're about to go to bed, especially an hour before bed, don't drink too much of liquids or water or tea or anything, because that can also interrupt your sleep. But also your body needs the most fluids when you're active. So try to drink the most of your fluids during the day and drink less during the night. Also, guys, the amount of water you personally need, will depend on your size, obviously, on your activity levels, on the weather outside, how hot it is, how active you are outside, how much you sweat. Maybe, you go to a sauna or somewhere else and you sweat a lot. Obviously, you will need more water. But also, for example, if your diet is really rich in high water fruits or things like cucumbers or watermelons or some really high and rich in water foods, that you might need to drink less water, because your body can absorb water not just from your drinks but also from your foods. So if you eat again a lot of water-rich food, that you might not need as much water as somebody else. And then again, if you eat foods that are kind of like bread or something really dry, something that your body needs more water to process, then you might need more water. So your diet, your size, your activity levels, weather outside can influence the amount of water you need. Now we're gonna move to other drinks. So water obviously is the thing that your body needs the most to hydrate itself. But also if you drink something like green tea or herbal tea or coffee, that water will also go to your hydration reservoir. So it's not like, you drink coffee or tea and it's nothing. No, your body also can get some water from it. So when you have more liquids in your diet, or even if you drink a lot of milk or a lot of juice, your body will still extract some water from it. So it's not as good as water itself, but it still will add up and go to your to the amount of hydration of water that you have on a daily basis. When it comes to anything but unsweetened tea, unsweetened coffee, I would not recommend to consume any kind of liquid calories, because those calories your body digests the fastest, and those calories are turned into energy the easiest. So if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to maintain healthy weight, if you're trying to maintain stable and good blood sugar, I especially do not recommend to drink sweet drinks, even if it's fresh squeezed orange juice. It's still a lot of fructose, a lot of sugar that's gonna bring your blood sugar up really, really fast. And then also just think about that in that way, guys. If you drink a lot of sweet stuff, that's gonna end up on your belly fat. So sweet drinks equal belly fat. Just remember that, like visualize that in your head. And if you want to drink some calories, then try to make it not sweet, something like bulletproof coffee. If you don't know what it is, then look it up. But also don't go overboard. Just try not to drink your calories. That's my best advice. Try to chew your calories, eat them in food, in whole foods, not in your drinks, and your health's going to be much better. It's going to be much easier for you to maintain healthy weight and lose weight if you need to do so. And then also on the question of different sodas, this is like the worst thing for your health, guys. It's not only really bad for your weight maintenance, for your weight loss, but also it messes up your hunger. You get hungry much more often, and your hunger levels is much higher because of that sweet taste, and also because your blood sugar goes up and down, and that also influences the amount of hunger, the hunger levels that you feel. On the question of artificial sweeteners and things like Diet Coke, it's not exactly known how, but it's known that people who drink a lot of diet soda, first of all, their gut health is messed up. Second of all, somehow that makes them eat more. Maybe that sweet taste triggers something in your brain that tells that your body expects calories, but you do not get any calories from your beverages, and then your body wants to compensate for that with food. And I tried it myself, guys. Whenever I drink something sweetened, even if it's sweetened with stevia or whatever the fanciest and the latest sweetener is on the market, even if it says it's like super healthy and super good for you, whenever I drink something sweet without calories, I end up eating more for sure. And I don't know how exactly it happens, but it always happens. And there is also statistics that even though the consumption of Diet Coke and similar drinks in countries like US with a high obesity rate, even though the consumption goes up, obesity rates do not go down. So Diet Coke does not help you with weight loss, and it for sure does not help with your health. So try to avoid any kind of sweet calories. That's my best advice. And probably the last on your hydration levels is hydration while training. So if you train pretty intensely, more intense than just simple walking, then you probably want to consume half a liter to a liter, depending on how intense you train, of water, or some kind of good quality sports drink with electrolyte, maybe with some good quality carbohydrates in the drink if performance is an issue and you're not on some kind of like I am high fat low carb diet. If it's not some kind of ketone drink, hopefully you know what it is, and I'm not too geeky with all these terms. But anyway, you want to consume 0.5 to a liter of water for an hour of your activity. And if it's really intense, and if you train longer and more intense, you for sure want to add some electrolytes, things like magnesium, potassium, calcium, and other mineral salts in that drink, and then also maybe some to replenish your glycogen stores, maybe some carbohydrate in that mix, again depending on what kind of diet you are, what kind of athlete you are, what kind of training you do, and what's your purpose for that particular training. So that's it for hydration, guys. Pretty simple. You just need to, hydrate every morning, drink at least 2 liters of water on average, and then do not drink any liquid calories, ideally. As I promised, we're also going to talk really briefly on a few questions, subjects that I'm asked a lot about. Processed food, number 1. So people ask me all the time, what is processed food? So, our almond butter is processed food too, or can I eat it? So guys, all of our foods usually in one way or the other is processed. Again, even blending your green smoothie is also processing it. It's not whole foods anymore. Whole foods is something that, that grows in that exact way or almost exact way as you see it in nature. Like, for example, if you steam your fish, that is kind of whole foods. It's minimally processed, right? Compare whole almonds and then cut in pieces almonds or other nuts. Cut nuts, of course, going to be processed, but they're minimally processed. So you want to always choose minimally processed food. The wholer the food, the better it is for your health, and the better it is for your digestion and for your weight maintenance. In general, you want to avoid anything that has preservatives, all kinds of artificial additives, and can last on shelf for like months and weeks, when in natural state it would last maybe like a week, or I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks, depends on the food. But if you want to be your healthier self, if you want to maintain the best health, the best metabolic health, if you want to lose weight or maintain healthy weight easier, try to go for the most whole, freshest form of your food. Fasting. So a lot of you guys asking me about fasting. I practice intermittent fasting all the time. I'm a huge fan of it, and more science coming out that having periods of time without food is as important as what we put on our plates when we choose to eat. So a few points here. For fat loss, for weight loss, usually a longer fast gonna break through that weight loss, fat loss plateau and help you more to lose more weight. So for example, if a popular daily intermittent fasting is something like 16-8, when you eat for 8 hours and do not eat for 16 hours, then you might prolong it for 20, 18 hours, 22 hours, whatever is sustainable for you and doesn't raise your stress levels too much. That is proven to have more and better effects, sometimes even exponentially, on your weight loss, fat loss, and also on your metabolic health. But again, it shouldn't be something that stresses you out. You might do it, not every day. You might do it every other day. It's still going to be better than doing nothing. And then also the latest studies all confirm that early intermittent fasting is better than late. So for example, if you want to do intermittent fasting, it's best to finish your meals, let's say before 4 p.m. compared to, let's say, 7 or 8 p.m. Also proven that people usually lose more fat and get metabolically healthier. And then also just want to tell you that the most popular kinds of intermittent fasting are 5-2, when people eat regularly 5 days a week, usually during work week, and then 2 days they eat 500, 600 calories from usually whole food, low in fat and protein diet. But also some people do high fat diet, but usually those 2 days low in protein always. And then another one is 16-8, as I mentioned, when people eat for 8 hours and then do not eat for 16 hours, especially popular with active people, with athletes who also do training and need to replenish nutrition properly to recover properly and then to perform better. My favorite personal is somewhere between 18 to 20 hours. I feel the most comfortable and usually look the best and have the best body composition when I do that. But then again, when I feel like I need to eat, I'm going to go and eat. If I feel like I have too much stress, the day was too active, I'm going to go and eat. But I usually go no less than 12 hours, that's for sure. And then diets. My favorite and the most popular these past few years diets that you can experiment with. You can, Google them, look up what they are all about and how to do them. There are books about each of these diets. So these are the diets that you might try if you're going through weight loss plateau, fat loss plateau, if you want to improve your health, your metabolism, if you want to try to reverse some disease of lifestyle or unhealthy eating. So those are the diets that you might try. So some version of low carb, high fat diet, or also carbohydrate cycling, basically diets, healthy diets where you manipulate the amount of and the quality, the kind of carbohydrates that you consume. By studies, they've proven to be the most effective for long-term fat loss, weight loss, and better metabolism, especially if you have any problems with blood lipids and blood sugar control. Whole food diets, similar to Whole30 diet, basically when you eliminate most of the processed food or try to eat the least processed foods. So this is also a very effective and very popular diet. So basically, avoiding all the packaged stuff and cooking most of your stuff or getting it cooked for you from whole, fresh ingredients. Number 3, intermittent fasting, as we just talked about, also very, very popular because it's kind of simple. You just trying, of course, to do your best, always eating healthy food, but also you can see results just by changing the time of your eating. So intermittent fasting, paleo diet, Paleolithic diet, basically eliminating foods that our ancestors, according to some data, didn't eat 10,000 years ago before the agrarian revolution. So eliminating foods like dairy products, like beans, legumes, grains, all the sugars, all the processed sugars, all the processed food, of course. It's kind of also lower in carbs and higher in protein diet, and fat is probably somewhere in the middle. So paleo diet, another popular diet you might want to try. And the last one, Mediterranean or something similar. Basically, it's a diet based around local seasonal foods with moderate amounts of fats and protein and carbohydrates, and of course emphasis on whole, seasonal, fresh foods of the best nutritional value and quality. So Mediterranean, it's called because of the region, because it's been studied the most, but you can implement this diet around local food almost anywhere in the world. So it just basically means, again, on average on fats, on protein, on carbohydrates, whole foods, seasonal, fresh, organic, all that. So that's it for today, guys. We talked about hydration, we talked about processed food, fasting, and different kinds of diets, but especially hydration. So guys, proper hydration is very important for your health, for your immune system, for your cardiovascular system, for your training, for your mental and physical performance, basically for everything. We are 70% water. So hydrate well. And as usual, eat better daily.